Hey everybody, how are you? I hadn't planned on doing a video on anything, but not this. Then I started doing it and I thought, it's a cool video, I'll do that. So I picked up this oil change drain tank thingy for when I'm doing the oil changes on my lift. It works great, nothing's wrong with it. I had to do a few things like I had to put this drain in the bottom, it was just an open hole, and I was worried my drain plug was going to fall through or something. And then I realized I should just get one of those. It's just a permanent reusable cleanable furnace filter, and I just cut it to suit. I just it's a square. I laid it down, took this out, flipped it over so it was laying flat on the square, and then I just traced it with a pen and cut it out. It's perfect. Stops anything from going down the drain. You know, filters out if there's any chunks in my oil, I'll be able to see them. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. So this is adjustable. It can go up and down to any height you want it, but I'm missing the lock thing that goes on here. So what I've done, and I believe this is what the previous owner did, was he drilled a hole there, topped it out, and put a screw in there to hold it as a set screw type thing. And it worked, but he obviously over tightened it and it stripped it out. So I re-drilled it. I used these things are great for stuff like this. They're not great for a lot of things. These tap bits. So the first quarter of this thing is just a drill bit, and then the rest is a tap. And it worked perfect. Just ran it in and out really quickly. Took no time at all. Then I found a screw that would fit. And it works. It works just fine. So I'll put this in there and say we want it that height. So just tighten this up. There we go, it stays. But it doesn't stay very well because you can't tighten it too tight with your fingers. Again, you don't want it too tight that you want to use a wrench or anything. So, what I figured I'd do here, and get this to not roll off the counter. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you over to the workbench and show you what I've been up to. So there's the screw. You know, you want something with not too coarse of threads, but whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm going to set up over here, and we'll be back in a sec. Hold on. All right, folks, so here we are. I'm back at the workbench. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a glue gun, some glue sticks, obviously, something flat, a piece of glass, a piece of metal, not plastic. You're going to need an appropriate size fastener, a nut or bolt, screw, whatever. Clamp or two. They don't have to be these kind. You'll see what I mean, why you need them. I'll just close that for now. Now in the past I've done things like this. When I needed a set screw, I'll just weld a washer to the head. And that works great. Nothing wrong with that. Could have done that here. Didn't want to. So I found a wrench. You find the size you want. That's going to be the size of your hand knob. So I picked a 17 millimeter wrench because it's just about the right size. Here's the thing. You don't want to use screws. You want to use a nut, a hex-headed nut. It grabs onto what we're doing better than a screw. This will end up possibly just turning inside the knob. So we're going with one of these. So what you want is a wrench appropriately sized that your thing will fit in there with still enough room around it for the glue. So here's a handy trick. I use spray wax. Just regular old car express wax. Cheap Simonized stuff. We've got it on sale at, I don't know, Canadian Tire or somewhere, whatever. So the part you're going to be using here as the base for this, you just want to give it a quick shot of spray wax. You don't need a ton of it. We'll do the wrench too. We'll do both from both sides. Okay. Now we don't need that much on there, so we're just going to dab the majority of it off. There we go. We're good there. We'll do the same on this one. There we go. Now you'll take your clamps. Kind of hard to show this to you guys. Just let me get it set up a bit and then I'll show you. Give you a better look. Okay, there you go. So what you have basically is there. That's going to be your knob inside there. The clamps on the outside, just holding back so they don't interfere with the glue. Now, what you want to do is find a place that's somewhat level to put this. Let's see. That's almost level. That looks pretty close to level. So you got your glue gun. Let it heat up for a while. I'm using my cordless Ryobi glue gun. This thing's awesome. You don't really need this massive battery. It's just what I grabbed. So you want to first put a layer of glue inside of there, just so the bottom is covered. Okay, we'll go a little bit more. You take your bolt, stick it in there. You don't got to push it all the way to the ground. Just let it settle on its own. Make sure you get it centered. And make sure it's straight up and down. So it's off center a little. That's not bad. Okay, then go back and backfill till this is level. You don't want to overfill it. You just want it level, like flush with the top of the wrench. Let's see. Maybe a little bit more. If you have too much, you can trim it off later. The good thing is the new glue melts into the old glue and blends in, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, we'll let that sit. Let's see, I'm going to take you off of the tripod here and bring you down to have a look. Hold on. All right, here we are. Let's take a look. That's an overhead view. See, the bolt is just kind of centered in the closed end or the boxed end of the wrench. And it's just been backfilled all the way around with glue. Bit of a dry spot right here. Hold on. Maybe a bit one over here too. Like I said, you can trim off the excess later, so that's not a big deal. That should be good. It's going to be good enough. Whether it's good enough or not, it's good enough. So we're going to let that sit, harden up a bit, and then I'll show you what we do. So be right back. All right. So I've let it sit. It's been about 5 minutes or so. What I'll do is I'll take the clamps off, and you'll see the difference that this stuff makes. I'll just take that clamp off. That one off. The bottom just pops right off. This would stick if you didn't do the wax. This one is not great. There's some cavities in there. I didn't put enough. Let's see if I can fix it. Bottom side is good. Let's see if we can blend this in. All right, folks, I just went around and you can see I kind of topped it up there. We can trim that off after. Let's see, am I still low anywhere? A little bit. Okay. This side came out nice, you can see. The bolt is not quite perfectly centered, but it's pretty close. It also looks fairly straight up and down. So we'll just let that harden a little more. Okay. Looks like it'll be good though. One thing you can do is trim this up while it's in the wrench. Use the wrench as kind of a guide to keep it flat. Don't know if I'm going to do that. Mine's not ready to trim yet. Going to stop it again and come back as soon as it's ready. You don't want to rush this. Let it sit, walk away, go do something for 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever. Just don't rush it, otherwise you'll end up with a mess, okay? So, hold on. All right, we got it back. It's been about 5 minutes again. It's not fully hardened, but it's hardened enough. Like I said, normally I'd let it sit, walk away, but I just want to do the video here. So to put your thumb on this side, pop it out. That's what it looks like when it comes out. This side looks pretty good, eh? It's all good around. Now we just got to trim off this excess, flashing or whatever you want to call it, and it should be good. Nice sharp knife always helps here. This is another time when you want to wait and make sure till it's all fully hardened before you do this. Otherwise you're just going to, it's going to be more difficult than it needs to be, that's all. Come on. Anyway, so that's what it looks like on that side. Backside doesn't have to look good. And they say you can go as crazy as you want with trimming this up and, you know, making it perfect. Another way to do it is put it on something flat and cut it like that. In fact, that works probably the best. So, okay. There you go. There's your finished knob. Looks pretty good. Let's take it over to the thing and try it out. I will show you guys my first attempt. I used a screw end. My error with this one might have been okay. It would have been, could have trimmed it up. I stuck it on a piece of plastic, smooth plastic. I thought it'd be okay, and I didn't use the wax. The glue melted right into the plastic and pulled out a, you can see the raised part of the screw. That fits in there. This is now like a Phillips screwdriver. So that's what happened with this, and it just, I didn't get enough material down, and it's not bad. I thought I'd just spray it blue and try it because the oil changer's blue, but I don't know. It works. It's serviceable. There's nothing wrong with this. I wouldn't mind using it, but I just thought I'd fool around with this a bit. This was my second attempt, and it came out great. Nice. It's a little bit too off center for me, but the knob itself is perfect. This is slightly off. You can see it's a little bit crooked. So let's move you guys over to the dealy-mabob here. There's our screw. All right. So this is the first one I tried out, the first one I made, and it works. It works fine. You can see why I painted it blue. It's blue, matches. And just make it look more factory. Not bad. So that works. And again, this is perfectly serviceable. I could use that, but nah. It's not like this is difficult. So here was the second one. Was that the second one? Yeah, this is the second one I made. It works too. But I don't know how well you guys can see that it kind of wobbles a bit as you turn it. Not a whole lot. It's not majorly off center. And again, it's perfectly serviceable. You could use it. But I thought, you know, why not? It's not like glue is expensive. So let's try number 3 and see how it is. After the video, I'll probably just... Oh, come on. There we go. We got glue on the threads of this one. Yeah, we're going to go with this one. Let's try it out. Stop it there. There we go. That works. It's not too tight that it's going to strip out this hole again, but it's tight enough that it'll hold this. Easy to loosen. I like it. It's good. I'll trim it up a little more and probably paint it blue. Before I paint it blue, I'll give it a quick scuff with 220 or something. There you go. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a great day.